All right, here's a behind-the-scenes look at a planning meeting for one of our magazines. Now we have the whole brain trust here. I decided to come along too, but we have Tim Trout there, and Brian Fleischer, and Chris Olds, and Keith Hauer, and Brian Hornbeck, and Dan Hitt. And we're here today. We're going to plan the next issue of Beckett Sports Card Monthly.
Camera phone?
It's not. It's a camera, though. That's what they call me in high school right there, rock star. Anyway, we have the last few issues of BSCM here. We have the current issue that's brand new with Prince Fielder, then we have Tiger Woods, and so we kind of look at these to gauge what kind of cover options we have here. We want to talk about what's in the magazine. Truth be told, we haven't had one of these in quite a while.
And it shows.
And it shows. That's a shot. It's someone. So anyway,
Just a joke.
it's just a joke. Dan says. Now we have these meetings to talk about what's going on, what might make sense in the magazine. We have some standard issues like Reader's Rock, which will be in here, obviously, and Reader's Right, which will be in here. But we also have topical issues, one of which is this hot button Major League Baseball properties versus Upper Deck suit that's ongoing. And we're going to tackle that. We addressed that somewhat in the most recent issue of BSCM that Chris is holding up. Now, there is something of an update to that, Chris, and you wanted to kind of talk about what the update might be?
They're headed to court on April 19th.
April 19th. And this magazine goes to the printer before then, obviously.
It'll be the April issue.
Will be the April issue, yeah. So we're going to cover that in there. There's a big court date set for April 19th where I guess the judge will hear what the case is, essentially. But Upper Deck saying they don't need to use logos, or they have the right to use logos as fair use.
Yeah, that'll be the day it starts, obviously. I mean, it's not going to be a one-and-done deal unless they settle it like the Konami case.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, you've got all kinds of details there. They're going to argue that the way they produce their cards is allowable.
Yes.
MLB is arguing that if that's the case, then they can't control anything that is produced. Hats.
Good
anything,
point.
Anything. So anybody can make anything. So it's going to be a fun case. I mean, it's
Fun
really gonna be
case.
something that.
Keith, did you have your hand up?
Oh no, I was just waving. I'm excited
If
about
Upper
Friday
Deck
court
wins,
cases.
it's going to
Okay.
change the landscape of everything.
No question about that.
Because what other word comes to mind besides fun when you're talking about court?
Nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
You haven't seen the stack of documents on my desk either. That's some fun reading.
So we'll tackle that. We'll update that in this issue of Sports Card Monthly. How you doing, Tim?
Good.
Is this exciting?
Yes.
So what about Daytona? Are we pushing
What
for a
about
driver
Daytona?
next month?
Yeah, we'll probably push for a driver.
For what?
Nothing says exciting
On the
about
cover.
Pothole delays.
Maybe
and
Dale.
Jimmy McMurray.
Well, cover subject's a different topic. We'll go over that here in a minute, but it probably won't be a driver. Unless,
Sorry, buddy.
Can we get a corner?
Jamie
A what?
McMurray.
Give Daytona 500 some love.
no, we'll give it a corner
Okay.
on page 115 or so.
How big is-
So then, but
Junior got second.
also in this issue, we have an exclusive interview with Kobe Bryant, Keith, that we did as part of Panini's promotion behind the Adrenaline XL game.
Hey, we got to throw the Guinness card up there too. that
Yeah.
Signed at the
The
All-Star event.
the world record breaking,
World
Guinness
record.
Oh, okay. yeah.
world record signed memorabilia
Is
card.
that really a card? Was it more like a poster?
It's a
That's
card.
my
It's
hot
a one of
sports.
one.
It's my hot sports opinion.
No, it's just framed.
it's-
match.
Well, what is a card really?
It's
I
going
mean,
to the
is
Basketball Hall of Fame.
Is it?
It is.
It is. It's
Is
a,
that framed matted jersey card
Yeah,
also?
It's like,
well,
No, 'cause
yeah,
it's
that's a good
right,
question,
right.
Tim.
It's real thick cardstock.
Listen,
It's on the card.
it's in the
Yeah, whole-
Guinness.
The whole front,
Just like trying
the
to-
jersey with
It's in the
Lakers logo
Guinness
on the
Book of
front.
World Records as the largest trading card ever produced. So I think it's a trading card.
You can't trade that.
Could it qualify as a Guinness World Record holder if it wasn't a trading
Already saw
card?
the certificate. Done.
Well, it
See,
needs-
that-
It needs to be the world's
End of
largest
discussion.
trading.
Yeah, you
So
catalog it?
that's a long. So I'm quite certain you'll read about that.
I guess I could.
No.
It's a one-on-one.
It is a one-on-one. There's
It's
no
going to be
value.
sold possibly later this year,
So-
so we'll have a established market value.
So I'm quite certain that there will be a mention of that world record breaking card in this issue of Sports Card Monthly. There's the Kobe Bryant Q&A. You guys remember Stephen Judd, right?
Yes.
Longtime hobby presence who worked here at Beckett. He's worked at Donruss, which is now Panini. He's worked at Topps. He's worked at Upper Deck. Well, he has penned a column for this issue of Sports Card Monthly that talks about we have one or two ways we can go with it. We got a buy or sell mentality, column or a column on the kind of the legacy of Topps Finest as a brand. So we're still batting those two issues around, but that should be pretty conducive to some eyeballs. He's got some hot sports opinions and doesn't mind sharing them with the masses. So we're going to try to work that into this issue. And one of the hot topics of any of planning meeting, as you guys well know, is who goes on the cover, all right? So we're coming off a pretty football-heavy string here with, there's Derek Jeter there, okay?
That's pretty football heavy.
That Mark Sanchez, mark of a winner. And now at the time that cover went to bed, he was absolutely a winner.
And
then
he had a 5 interception.
The day it came out, I think he threw about 5 picks.
against Buffalo.
The Beckett curse.
But he ended up going to the playoffs, Keith.
Yeah.
Big Jets fan there?
Yep. AFC Championship.
Rock on, okay. And then we had a Manning it. Now, Dan, at the time this came out, Peyton Manning was undefeated, and I think Eli Manning had lost one game. And then the day that came out, Eli promptly dropped about 3 or 4 straight. Right? So we're
we're pretty good at the jinx.
Okay.
Continue on
Cover
the next
change.
cover because
okay. Let's Purple Rain.
What happened there?
Well, that's if I could do a cover blurb over, it'd be that one, Purple Rain. Anyway,
Big on Prince.
Purple Picks, and then Tiger in Trouble.
We could have had raspberry.
I'll be interested to see how this one sells. And I hope it sells well, or I might not be around for the next planning meeting. And then there's Prince Fielder. So, are you guys thinking baseball cover for the tie-in of the Upper Deck property suit, and it's baseball season? What do y'all think?
Pitchers and catchers report
Yeah.
Pitchers and catchers report, Brian.
soon. So,
Okay.
Is
Friday.
there anybody
At
that's
noon.
red hot?
Yeah, that's a good question, Brian. Is there anybody in
Is
baseball?
there-
it's all
Rookie
young
or-
prospecty guys that I don't know are really cover worthy yet. You know, no.
I've got to ask this question.
No
It's
free agent?
Now, that's what I was just trying to think about. Is there a big free agent sign?
Great.
Vladdy? You're not gonna put Vladdy on the cover?
No.
What about like
Not
that?
watched that. Maybe if it was 1997.
Halladay or Yankees,
We want
somebody
Branson, no?
Who?
Roy Halladay or Cliff.
Holiday or Cliff Lee?
They got all their new teams.
Curtis Grant.
Yeah, that's.
Give me a collage of
Oh,
all the-
we've talked about that. It's just, are those guys recognizable enough to sell a cover?
I like the Lakers, Tracy. But
Oh,
that's
thanks,
just basketball.
thanks,
speaking.
Keith. Well,
Well, like
that's,
the Mavericks.
I like the Mavericks, but
I like
uh,
turtles.
you like what?
no, if we can get it covered.
I like turtles. I like dinosaurs, to be honest
What
with you.
about hockey? Who's hot there?
Ovechkin and Tavares.
Yeah, John
But
Tavares
it's-
is scorching
it's
hot.
Olympics right now, so-
Olympic issue?
So I think this means we've got to go Jamie McMurray.
Jamie
I
McMurray.
think we might have to go racing.
We could go the pothole.
Are you getting a stipend from these people?
What?
The NASCAR people? Hey, look, we're about 8 minutes into this. I'm going to cut this off, but we just want to give the people an inside look at kind of what goes on during a planning meeting. Hopefully, when we shut this off, everyone can start cussing again, and we can talk about
Get to work.
logical cover choices. But thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more of this type stuff. All right?
Son of a